Coach Miller, and welcome to All Marine Fighter, our aftermath edition of the Jermall Charlo versus Jose Benavidez. I want to give a little short review about the fight, but also just my observations between both fighters and really potentially what could be their career from here going forward. First thing is first, Jermall Charlo hasn't fought in like 2 years, claiming mental health issues and whatever. I mean, that's all well and good. I mean, I hope he gets better. But seriously, the WBC hadn't penalized him or anything else like that for not fighting. So that title got held up for over 2 years. Then this fight gets made, was supposed to be kind of a tune-up fight with Jose Benavidez. But he missed weight. And not only did he miss weight the first time, he's supposed to go try to drop a few pounds, see if he can't make it again. He comes back heavier. And it just gives the impression that he doesn't even care. And really, man, what a slap in the face to the WBC. The WBC kind of stuck its neck out for Jermall Charlo and allowing them to hold the belt. And he just blatantly was just like, whatever, you know. And that was just a bad look. It's unprofessional. Look, I think these guys just forget that they are paid entertainers. By the way, that can end at any time. All it takes is just for the boxing media, the boxing powers that be, just to say to Jermall, guess what? We don't want you to fight anymore on the big side. So you can go fight your little club show fights and make a few $1,000s here and there, but no more. We're not going to host you anymore. Hey, that can happen, okay? Boxing is very much a political game, and if you play games like this, like what Jermall's doing, I mean, you can easily get shifted out, even if he continues to win these fights. So just the mental state of Jermall going into this fight, it was not a good look whatsoever. Now, don't get me wrong, Jose Benavidez looked pretty good, came in on weight, has a chance to be able to win this title, and hey, who knows, maybe actually be able to pull off an upset. First, when the fight started, Jermall, he looked overweight, okay? He didn't look like, oh, he was just hydrated again. He looked overweight. But that's beside the point. Round one, I got to tell you that, hey, at least Jermall did look pretty sharp when it came to boxing. I mean, his jab was on point. He was really sticking it to Jose. And I was like, okay, well, it looks like his fundamentals are on point. We'll see what happens from here. Round two ended up being a firefight between the both of them. Benavidez really put it on him. Actually, I'm rather impressed with Benavidez. He is like 2 weight classes out of his division. He just didn't want to cut the weight anymore, I guess. After he lost and got knocked out by Terrence Crawford, he fought another dude after that and won. No, I'm sorry. I think he fought a guy after that, got a draw, then after that he won. Or it could be a reverse either way. But then now he's got this fight with Jermall. And so it's like kind of 2 weight classes above, and it's kind of like, are you going to be able to take that shot? People think that weight classes don't really matter. And just say Jermall, when he fought Canelo, him going up 2 weight classes, well, he's just as big as Canelo. Well, yeah, but you haven't taken the shots at a competitive level. You haven't sustained that, that brain thumping yet, and so there was no guarantee that he was going to make it. Now, he ended up getting knocked down, and that was, all she wrote. But the same is true for Jose, coming up 2 weight classes to fight Jermall Charlo. But I got to say that Jose's chin looked pretty good. He was getting caught with some nasty shots from Jermall, and Jermall does hit hard, okay? Jermall does hit hard. Jermall was catching him, and Jose was still standing up. He didn't get dropped. Round 5, Benavidez was ripping into Charlo. The shots coming back and forth, but I just felt like Benavidez just could not hit Jermall hard enough to hurt him. So even though Benavidez was coming forward and trading shots, it just didn't look like they were actually phasing Charlo. Jermall would easily come back in round number 6 and just start nailing Benavidez over and over. And actually, it kind of looked like that it was he was going to get knocked down, but he stayed on his feet. He got caught a couple times later in the fight where you almost thought like, oh no, this is the moment. But Jermall just didn't have enough time to really put him down and finish the job. I will say this. There are two key things about these fighters that I did either like or disapprove of. First, one of the things I liked was that despite being out for so long, Jermall was on point. His counters, he had this counter jab that caught Benavidez coming in. It was actually pretty good. I gotta say, it caught me off guard because he'd been out for a long time. And you have to fight, you have to stay active, you have to get in the gym, and it affects your timing. So the fact that Jermall's timing was on point, I was kind of impressed. But on the flip side, Benavidez, he had very little upper body movement. He had none of the slipping going on, very little head movement at all. His head was just straight on the line, so it'd have been very easy to hit him anyways. But his hands were high. I will give him this. His hands were high, so he did catch a lot of shots coming in from Jermall. But still, you gotta be able to move your head, man. Make it harder for the opponent to hit you. Charlo would win by decision. And grading the fight, I would not say it was the best performance, but it was at least entertaining enough to watch. It was an undercard, so it's not like it was the main event or anything, and it was Jermall's first fight coming back in a long time. And so that's okay. I'll give him credit for that. I didn't think it was the greatest performance, but it was entertaining. There was a lot of shots being traded back and forth, and they did try to, well, at least Jose tried to knock out Charlo, but he just couldn't hit him hard enough. But I do think that from here, hopefully Jermall gets a lot more disciplined and gets back into the mix of things. He still has it. So hopefully he doesn't just blow his career. A lot of fighters would love to be in his position, to be able to, he's not at the big time necessarily, but be in a position where he's just right there. So for him to just blow it would really be unfortunate. For Jose, he just needs to drop down another weight class. Maybe go to 160. I know that 154 and even 147 is kind of a jam-packed, divisions, but go down to 160 and see how that works out. Even though technically this fight was supposed to be at the 160 or middleweight range, maybe cruise at this, but there's still some beasts in middleweight. So we'll see what happens from both of them, and hopefully, especially Jermall gets back in the mix and gets back to being more competitive. If you like these videos, go and click that like button. Of course, if you're not subscribed, go and click that subscribe button. Until next time, stay motivated.